What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, and today we're going to be checking out the brand new Elgato Stream Deck Mini. This comes a little over a year after they released the Stream Deck last year. This is a smaller version, cut down to only 6 keys. So today in this video we'll talk about some of the differences, kind of go over my experiences and thoughts and opinions on it, and show you how to configure it if this is your first time seeing anything like it. So pretty much what this is a glorified macro pad. It pretty much looks the same as last year's, but except now we have 6 keys as opposed to 15. And behind all 6 of these buttons are actual screens. Once you plug it in and get the Stream Deck software up and running, you can go in and assign these buttons to do really whatever you want, create folders, and have unlimited functions and macros. So first off, one difference is going to be the overall shape and design. This is more of a triangular block, and it's positioned so it's angled towards you while it's on your desk. Last year's Stream Deck was flat, but it came with an adjustable stand that you could put it on and kind of angle it how you want. And at first for me, when I was hooking it up and using it on my desk, I thought I wouldn't like the fact that it's built like this, but actually, I didn't really care or notice a difference because it was, still facing me. And actually what I mostly did with this was position it right behind my keyboard, and it fit in perfectly. I could see the keys, and it really just fit in with my overall desk setup. Another little difference between this model and last year's I think people are gonna enjoy is the cable's longer now. It is 5 feet as opposed to 4 feet, because a lot of people were complaining that where they had their PC that it wouldn't reach where they are, or the way they had it configured, it just wasn't long enough, so you get an extra foot of cable this time. So before we get into the software and how to really set it up, one of the main differences that I found isn't so much within the actual Stream Deck device, but within their Stream Deck software. That's improved greatly since its release. They've added more compatible software that this works with, as well as GIF support. So if you want to, see your GIFs real time before you pop them up on your stream, or if you just want to create some fancy, RGB rainbow craziness on your Stream Deck, you now can. Which is one of the big things about the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck Mini is that it's not just limited for streaming. Yes, you can use this with YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. It's great for that, but you can also assign, macros for in-game. Or for people like me who do a lot of photo and video editing, you can use it in Photoshop or Premiere for color correcting, just quick and easy fine-tune adjustments to my levels and stuff like that. Again, if you haven't heard about it, definitely check this out, but I'll show you now. We're gonna head over to the PC, and I'll show you how to do it and assign everything to the software real time. Alright, so real quick, I'll show you guys how to set it up all in real time. It's very simple. Not too much has changed since I showed it off last year in my regular Stream Deck review. They just added more functionality to the software, which is great. And here, just for reference, I have my Streamlabs OBS brought up here for reference. This is what I used last week for my Amazon Prime Day sale. So on the right side of the software, you have all your functionality and integrations like game capture, Mixer, OBS Studio, soundboard, Stream Deck, which is for creating folders easily, timers, brightness adjustment. You have Streamlabs integration, Streamlabs OBS, system for bringing up hotkeys, websites, multimedia. You have TipeeeStream, Twitch, Twitter, XSplit, and YouTube. Everything is just drag and drop, really simple. And to show you how I have mine set up right here, I have my YouTube buttons. When I press that, it brings up more functions that I have within my YouTube folder here. So if I press my logo, right then it'll bring up my YouTube channel. I have that all set. Other things like bringing up the comment page, if I press that, I can go right to my community section and check out the comments. If I want to quickly upload a video, I press that, refer to the upload page. Again, it's all drag and drops with links. Same is going to go for OBS. So real quick, just to show you how I have it set up with the Streamlabs here. Say I want to bring up a GIF. I press the GIF on here. That happens. If I want to kill my mic, if you're looking at the actual software itself, I press that and the mic waveform has stopped so you don't see the levels. Same for killing the webcam. Webcam gone, you press it again, it's back. You can set all that stuff up within the actual sources. And just quickly some other things. I have my Twitch kind of interface set up here for running ads, tweeting when I go live, all that. Here's the multimedia thing. So if I bring up something like Spotify, I could press play. Let's mute that as I did right there. So it kills the audio, skipping songs, just general stuff like this. And then if I could just, you get the idea. Adjusting the volume all right here. And then lastly, something like Premiere, if I want to go in, it brings this up right now for me. As you can see, I'm recording. But right here, I can go in and really just bring up the software itself. These are for color correcting. This is going to be my render button. It's all so simple. And real quick, I'll just show you again how easy it is. It's all drag and drop from that menu there. So what I'm going to do now is create a link directly going to the upload page for YouTube. You can go in, and what I like about this also is they have an entire page filled with icons and little logos and templates for you to easily make your own graphics for the Stream Deck. if you don't have like Photoshop or anything, they have tons of things there for you, and it pretty much is like its very own Photoshop inside this little website. Then from there you can create gradients, insert text, mess around with the different layers, and even upload your own pictures and logos from your PC to save it there. And again, this is going to be just for that upload image I was talking about. You can also change on the logo itself where you want the font to be located if you want to include text, change the size, as well as choose from a few of the different fonts they have built into the Stream Deck software for you. And this is just really great for people who don't know their way around pro software like that. This, within like 30 seconds to a minute, you can create your very own image to upload to your Stream Deck Mini. This is a little sped up version, obviously, but you can go in and see just how really easy it is. On the webpage, they literally have hundreds upon hundreds of fonts. And then from there, once you're done configuring the layers and really making the icon the way you want it, you save it right to your PC. Then you can just go into the software itself and upload it to the Stream Deck, and then it's all done. Alright, so as you saw, everything is so easy to set up and create, but just talking about my experience with the Mini, the biggest thing here is going to be the cut down form factor, because obviously 6 keys is almost like a third the size of the regular 15 key layout. I don't think saving desktop space is going to be a big difference maker here, because in the end it's not that much of a difference, you know, especially when it comes to your keyboard and your mouse and stuff like that. But you can still put it wherever you want on your desktop, right next to your keyboard, and have that quick and easy at arm's reach adjustments here with all these macros. That's just one of the biggest thing is the unlimited macros that you have. Even though we don't have 15 actual keys, you still have unlimited keys because you can put folders inside of folders. It is all unlimited, which is really awesome. So to wrap it up, I did think that the lack of it being flat was gonna be a problem, but like I said, for me, it really wasn't at all. In fact, I think having it angled towards me now is actually more beneficial, and we're getting a longer cable, which people are definitely gonna find helpful out there. The one and a half kind of cons I'll say is I wish this had onboard storage so I can, you know, save my profiles to the Stream Deck device itself. If I plug it into a different laptop or a PC, then my profiles will be right there. And another thing I want to bring up, which is going to be one of the main concerns, which, you know, always is with tech and products that you're going to buy, is the price. This retails for $99.99, while the regular Stream Deck is $150. So $150 for 15 keys on the regular Stream Deck is $10 per key. But $100 for 6 keys equals out to a little over $16 per key. So value-wise, you're spending, you know, more for less in the end. I would have loved this to have been like $79.99 or $89.99. It's just an easier pill to swallow once you start getting to triple digits and people start second guessing their purchases. That's just natural. But again, if you need something like a Stream Deck and maybe 15 keys was too much, or you just can't justify that extra $50, having a $100 6-key Stream Deck Mini now with still unlimited functionality and unlimited, you know, keys you can assign is still gonna be a pretty great value in the end. I know I absolutely love these things. It's just one of those products that I never knew I needed or wanted until I had it, and then it's like, how did I live without this before? So I know this is kind of like a new thing because this just got released. And if you guys want to pick it up, I will put a link for you in the description down below, as well as my regular review to the Stream Deck that came out last year if you want to find out more. Kind of the same thing, but I'll put my review down there just in case. So guys, I hope you liked my review of the Stream Deck Mini. If you did, give this video a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.